HitchcockMovies.com. We're your hosts, Jeff and Diane, and welcome to movie number 2, 1927's The Ring. Now this movie, we don't have murder, we don't have suspense, we don't have a man on the run, we don't have a blonde leading lady, and I'm pretty sure we don't have brandy. It doesn't sound much like a Hitchcock movie, but it really is. In fact, this is the only one that will say written and directed by Alfred Hitchcock. He and his wife wrote the entire screenplay to this movie, so it's not based on a book, it's not based on a play, it's not written by someone else, like pretty much every other movie. So what we have here is a boxing movie and a love triangle, and we're going to see a love triangle in a few of the movies for the next little while, which isn't a bad thing. This one is set in the seedy jazz era of the 20s. It's really not well known today, and it's very dated. Now this was the first film that Hitchcock did for British International Pictures. Now this was the studio that lured Hitchcock away after the success of The Lodger, with the promise of greater control and more money. And this worked for a while. This relationship eventually did sour, and we'll get to that, but The Ring is where we are now, and the next few films are with British International Pictures. So a little background for this movie, like we did with The Lodger. We just want to sort of set it up a little bit without giving anything away. There are 3 main characters in this movie. The first main character is One Round Jack. He is a boxer that is the star attraction at a traveling circus, and his show is that he will knock any takers out in 1 round or less. That's what he does, and if you can beat him, if you can actually box him and beat him, you get prize money. So you've got the barker calling to the crowds and saying, who will take on One Round Jack, and they sign up as they go, and the more people that come in, the more tickets they sell and generate interest, and then when they're all done selling tickets, they all go in, and one by one he fights these poor schleps that he knocks out. The second main person in this movie is the girl. I'm not sure if she has a name in this movie. We'll call her the girl. This is One Round Jack's girlfriend. She works at the circus too, and she's a ticket seller. She sells the tickets outside Jack's main event, main show, and she's his girlfriend. The third and final main person in this movie is, I believe, Bob Corby. He just happens to be the Australian heavyweight champion. We don't know this at the beginning, and I'm kind of spoiling it, but you find out in the first 5 minutes or so. He and his trainer are there specifically to check out One Round Jack, see if he's any good, and if he is any good, they want to hire him, and they want to give him a job as the heavyweight champion's new sparring partner, which is probably a lot better than being a boxer at a traveling circus. So ordinarily this would be a good thing, but immediately the heavyweight champion starts making his moves on Jack's girlfriend, and there we have the movie progressing from there. Now, a quick word about these 3 actors, because it is interesting. Carl Brisson plays One Round Jack. He's a Danish actor. He actually was a prize fighter. He was a boxer, a professional boxer for a while, then he was in the theater, and then he did some silent films. He did not make the transition to sound films, and his career ended pretty much after sound happened, maybe because he had a thick Danish accent, I don't know. We're going to see him again in movie number 5, The Manxman, Carl Brisson. Ian Hunter, he plays the Australian heavyweight champion. Now this is a great example of someone who did make the transition, and he made it very, very well. We're going to see him again in movie number 3. We're going to see him next week, briefly, sort of, in Easy Virtue. But if you recognize him from, it wouldn't surprise me if you recognize him, because he made a movie with Bette Davis called The Girl on 10th Avenue. He made a movie with Shirley Temple that was a big movie. He made a big movie with Clark Gable. So he had a great long career as a leading man. Lastly, Lillian Hall Davis. Boy, she was Hitchcock's favorite actress for a little while. She's in this one, and she's in The Farmer's Wife, movie number 4. That we're going to watch, and boy, she was a big star. She was a big, bright star of British cinema in the 20s, a big silent film star. She made movies in France and Germany and Italy, big lavish production in Italy. She did not make the transition to sound film, and her career came to a very sudden halt, and she was plagued by severe depression, and she actually, in 1934, 1984, if I'm not mistaken, when she was 35 years old. She actually went home and put her head into an oven and slit her throat. She killed herself, so that's not real good. It is very difficult, or it was very difficult, to make the transition to sound movies, and we're gonna get into that a lot more when we get to movie number 6, Hitchcock's first sound movie called Blackmail. Yeah. Now there's 2 other people to keep an eye on. Number 1 is Jack's trainer, One Round Jack's trainer. The actor's name was Gordon Harker. We'll also see him in The Farmer's Wife. He's kind of funny in this one. He's a little funny. He holds the coat for the challengers because he knows they're not going to last very long, so watch for that. And did I mention he's in The Farmer's Wife? Yeah, he's a sidekick as well in that he kind of plays the handyman of the farmer's wife. Good actor. And Claire Greet. She plays a fortune teller in this movie in a couple of key scenes, because every circus needs a good fortune teller. She appeared in 7 Hitchcock films, more than anyone else, except for Hitchcock. We're going to see her again in The Manxmen. We're going to see her in number 7, Murder. The Man Who Knew Too Much. We're going to see her a bunch. So look for her. Speaking of Hitchcock, there is no Hitchcock cameo in this movie. He doesn't appear in it. That's going to happen a few times over the next little while. But you will notice the Hitchcockian, it's not a Hitchcockian movie necessarily, we did write it, but there's definitely some directorial things going on. The point of view shots, what it's like from the point of view of someone getting knocked out as a boxer, or being drunk, or being jealous, or whatever, and that was very unique to him. The ring as an image, there's lots of round things, especially at the beginning, the round tent and the round rides in the ring and whatever. Keep an eye on that and decide for yourself why this movie is called The Ring. Yeah, in our comments, yeah. Apologies for the use of the N-word right around minute number 46. Again, this movie's kind of dated, and it's what it is. Now, this movie actually received, there's a moment during an elaborate montage scene, I don't know which one, but Hitchcock told the story afterwards that at the premiere of this movie, there was a rousing applause during this montage, and he was quite taken by that. It had never happened to him at that point. So, somebody was liking this movie, it goes very slow in places, keeping in mind this is an 84-year-old movie, So here we go, Rocky-esque style movie, Hitchcock movie, movie number 2 from 1927, The Ring. Let's watch.